Good morning, good afternoon, welcome gamers to the show. We have a pretty exciting matchup coming up right now between Dream Eaters and the Copenhagen Flames. These are two teams that I've grown to love, and I just love watching them.
They're a blast. I mean, Dream Eaters, a team that we saw the other day, started very quiet. Speed wasn't really hitting shots on Dust 2. And then you jump to the next two maps, and they are just popping off. Such an exciting, explosive team with a win recently over Vega Squadron. That team is another fiery Russian squad. I think Dream Eaters are my favorite going to this. I'd say they're quite equal
Okay.
team base, but I think I'm leaning towards Dream Eaters just for that explosive, like, just in your face style. I think it suits the maps as well with Inferno and Train, and Mirage being like the decider. Mirage is a bit more open, but Inferno, if you can keep controlling Banana, be in your face, take these aggressive fight mid,
Yeah.
lock down brackets, it's very in your face. Train, kind of the same idea, right? If you're able to just bully the Ivy guy or bully the B player, I think these maps are just perfect for them.
Yeah, and these are some of the players that you guys see on the board if you're not familiar, of course. Now, Copenhagen Flames, they've had a pretty good tear lately as well. I think I peeped, I forget whose Twitter it was, but I think it was J. But he was saying how they lose a lot of their anti-eco rounds. They need to tighten up on those rounds. I think, hopefully they tighten up on that, because, I mean, Dream Eaters, they don't mess around. They'll abuse you if you're weak. And I think knife round's already underway, so we can go ahead and jump straight into the in-game afterwards. But, yeah. The video, by the way, if you are wondering, the first map is Inferno, and this is Dream Eaters' map pick. Coming up next is Train. That is, of course, Copenhagen Flames' map pick. And then Mirage will be the decider. That's a pretty sick video, I have to say. But, Train. I've seen Dream Eaters play Train, Keith. This is not a weakness of theirs.
No, they're really good on Train. If I remember correctly, who did they play last time that they played Train on? It was only a couple days ago, but I can't quite remember. Anyway, they just dominated every fight. And that's what they're so scary for, is everyone on this team can aim. Savat, Kinky, Krat, Speed, FQ, all deadly players in their own right. And they're starting Seaside, which means they're going to be able to set the pace early. And if Copenhagen Flames really contain them, if you let Dream Eaters come out swinging, you're going to be in some trouble later on.
All right. Let the games begin. It is going to start with some sort of control towards the B side. Now, of course, this is only one man here trying to apply pressure. The Gush comes out immediately, and that's going to be Hoopsy. It's kind of wounded. And I think as long as he's wounded, there'll be a bit more pressure to maintain the stack towards Car. But Dream Eaters, this is all just a ruse for them. They're making their way through halls. There's 3 players in that direction, and they're ready to explode the halls immediately. Nice shot. Going to be the B pressure eliminated. I think it's a matter of time now before Copenhagen Flames realize that this is not B.
Yeah, Muddle gets smoked. So does Arch. Bazooka, one tap with that P2000 and Pit. He's full blind, getting shot, and Farlig comes to help. And they will shut this down. Farlig and Bazooka do a lovely job, 2 apiece. And that is just how your site player can support your Pit player beautifully. Dream Eaters, they try to go for an interesting little execute while giving B pressure. It's just a shame that Dink didn't turn into a kill, because then Copenhagen Flames would have been a little more anxious, but they get that first frag, and then they seem to just ease into the rest of the round.
Yeah, now Dream Eaters are going to buy up. That's a little bit surprising. I don't see that as often on the T side. CT side, I see that way more, but
yeah,
a bit curious. But they do have a bunch of utility on hand, a bunch of smokes. They can execute B if they wish. They can execute A if they wish. Have a bunch of flashes they can rain in. Double nades for hopefully they can get some information, get that early damage out. That could be the key. But right now, it's Balls is the name of the game for Dream Eaters. But now, mind you, Copenhagen Flames, they have full control of that banana. And as long as they have this control, they have 1 and fast flank towards the A site. 2 control.
Yeah, they own banana and they own balcony. As it's going to be Rowe getting involved. Nice kill from Kinky. He'll pick up the bomb, but now his teammate has to stay with him. FQ to come back. He gets dinged up. Gets the kill. Can he get the second on Lucy? No, he'll get shut down, and Kinky dies as well. Expensive round for Copenhagen Flames, but the same can be said about Dream Eaters. They invested quite a bit, and they tried to fight behind those smokes and those SMGs. That's a risky fight to take. It nearly pays off. The Copenhagen Flames maintain Roy, as they're going to buy SMGs to farm up some more cash after those casualties.
Just Glocks this round, Keith. I don't remember the last time I saw a successful Glock round.
I I believe it happened at EPL, but the last time we casted it, could not tell you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Last time I casted
Yeah.
a full Glock win, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
I feel
Take
like-
some mistakes.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I just feel like the general tendencies of CTs is so aggressive now that you literally can't win with Glocks.
Oh, if they're tunneling in sight, you're able to like bully them out, maybe. But yeah, if they're fighting banana and they're pushing
Yeah.
down, that's worse. I mean, like, dude,
it's
there's no-
relentless. Look at it. It
Yeah.
just doesn't stop. They can't catch a break.
They've tried the boost twice, and Ro has just killed them all. He's gonna make so much cash.
Two of us just died.
Now-
Hey man, boost me, boost me.
They keep feeding this SUV. Ro has enough to drop that that op, no problem now. Now I have a weird feeling they may elect not to upgrade just for the fact that it's Inferno and they can do something really aggressive. So if they
Yeah.
just keep the rifles as is, the SMGs don't buy full utility, but they're going to. So it's a bit of an investment. But if they steal his bonus round away, I mean the CT side is gonna be just looking immaculate.
I mean, we're
I had
going
to
we're
dig
going on the
deep for that
fourth
one.
round right here, and just look at their money already. I mean, they're set, right? Even if they lose this round fully right here, they can still get purchased out. Look at the utility usage right now; it's so sick for Copenhagen. Flames Bro Jay's able to get 2 kills with his MP9, but they do go for 2 for 2.
That's good.
I usually say that favors the T side most of the time, but I think in this case, I can actually see this favoring Copenhagen Flames because they only lost MP9s.
Not only that, they didn't know Hooksy was pushing down Banana. So Hooksy has full control. Farlig is flanking. They're going to try to wrap to B here, which is interesting. Bazooka shows an elbow, and Crad turns around. So Crad turns around and catches Farlig. That's very unfortunate for Copenhagen Flames. They knew exactly what was happening, but they just got out-aimed there. Bazooka didn't realize the angle he was holding was just better for the player swinging. I think if he holds it a bit tighter, he might be able to get one. And then Farlig a bit too quick on the flank, and now Hooksy, well, he's pushed all the way through B. So Dream Eaters make it work. If they keep all 3 players alive, they'll be able to drop Svat and Kinky. Not so shabby. But Copenhagen Flames, as we said, this was a bonus round, and they'll have it up, but everything else next round as well.
Yeah, and I think Hooksy gets to keep his weapon right here. He has armor, he has kit, he has the most expensive utilities on hand as well. Molotov and the smoke. I think they're all right. I think for this to have been a worth it round for Copenhagen, they needed to get that 3rd kill just to make sure the profits are in the negatives for Dream Eaters to keep them on the edge of a potential reset. But 2 kills, not bad. You get to keep a weapon at the very least. Could have been worse, I suppose. But I have to say, nice control there from Dream Eaters after they got that R side. They just held. They knew that Copenhagen Flames needed control, needed some vision somewhere, and they just waited for it patiently.
Sail, Roy. I don't know if you have... Do you have music on, Roy?
No, but I know the song.
Aw.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Sound Kits. What an interesting ad to the game, isn't it? Love it. And there's the op. Farlig breaks it out. He's impressed me throughout this Winter League season. I mean, I guess his team need him more like now than ever. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is a semi-final to get to final, correct?
Yes, this is for the
Yeah.
finals. Namika clinched the first spot yesterday, so we know them. They're in the finals, back-to-back finalists for Winners League. Insane. Now it's gonna be that piece towards the middle right here.
Wow.
Console just shutting it down single-handedly. Doesn't even need the support of his teammates. Hooksy's getting a little bit cheeky down Banana, and he might give away a kill and advantage to his team. And that's actually almost giving away free passage to the B side as well. Now Ro, he is here, but smoked it off, and I'm not sure if Dream Eaters are gonna try to force through it. Yeah, they tried.
Okay, a 1-for-1. Ro's done his job. And now it's on Savat to make a cheeky play. Going through the CT smoke. Finally to be ready, but it has an op. He catches him off guard. Both players are flanking Banana. Console is relatively low, all things considered. Savat's going to try to bait them out. Now, he knows he needs to isolate a 1v1. And he's going to go for it towards the Banana. He doesn't know both players are here. Console gets the first, loses that second fight. That was nearly it. I could have seen that headshot coming through. Now, Bazooka is unable to get that op, so that's out of play unless Hooksy drops it. But that was so close from Dream Eaters, where in this situation, I say they have another buy.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think they just force up right here. This is a potential double reset right now, right? So, I mean, they might as well just go for it.
May I mention also another interesting buy situation where FQ favors utility over another AK for Kinky? But I was going to criticize the op, but if he gets to that first pick, there's no reason to criticize it. Speed sets up. He knows Farlig's been very aggressive, and he just capitalized.
absolute brawl towards Banana right now. Hoosie's able to smoke it off, but I think he's going to go ahead and force right through it, but his teammates weren't so favorable to enter the smoke as well. Basso, Roy finding kills each. Now it's back down to 3s. Basso is pretty wounded. I don't think he can play as aggressive as he'd like, but he is still going to play for that, at least some sort of information towards the A site. And there's so much time left here for Dream Eaters. They could virtually do anything they want.
Bazooka had to make sure he wasn't tripping out. He threw a flash and it hit a chicken and he like freaked out for a second. He's like, what? But everything is okay, Bazooka. You're safe in pit. Now, the nice thing about pit is Bazooka can get 1, ideally 2 kills. He sets his teammates up nicely for this retake. As we know, retaking A is a bit easier than B, but that pit position is so strong when there's no utility in Copenhagen Flames to flush it out. The smoke arch, the smoke moto. And Console should get the call to rotate. He's going to start, but a lot of pressure's on Bazooka, who's already half health. He may even just straight up peek into this. He's getting anxious. Speed will flash for Crad to go up. That'll flash the site. They'll flash the pit, and up they go. They're going to do some clearing. They know at this point he's pit, I'd say. They're going to just make it rain smoke, flash some more. Crad will lead the charge. 8 seconds. He can't deny the fight, but he can surely find a kill. He can immediately refrag through the smoke from Crad. So Bazooka's done his job. He's bought enough time for Console and Row here.
And a 1-1 split now for the Copenhagen Flames. Console coming in through Moto. And Roy, he hasn't quite decided what he wants to do, but it seems like it's going to be coming up lane. He's walking. But it's just a matter of time. There's an AWP posted up right here on towards Moto. It's going to be the first victim. Console falls, and now they know exactly where Roy is. And it's going to be Speed shutting it down. That's the double reset as well. So Copenhagen Flames are in a tough position now where Dream Eaters can actually make this comeback and potentially take the lead.
Who else other than Speed, right? This man has been so just precise with that AWP throughout the whole Winners League. And he's going to continue to deliver here in the semifinal. 2 kills there on the hold off. As Copenhagen Flames, their money has finally broken. It's the Deagle Brigade, Roy, which is still a terrifying buy. 1 shot, that's a gun down and can start to snowball. Dream Eater is going to be playing it a bit safe, getting the A-Hall control. They'll send Crad up to the back 10. He'll clear first. His first task is Console getting spotted. Crad is going to give chase. Just not too much. And it seems like Dream Eaters might be a little cautious about taking brackets too soon. Make sure to use that utility because you bought it. Use it for a reason. As they're going to set up for a bit of an interesting, I'd say semi-A hit. You don't want to throw too much in situations like this because you'll give the pistols opportunities to work around that utility. Just basic flashes and a couple smoke. Look at this rotate, though.
I mean, Copenhagen Flames are in the right place right now.
Yeah.
This is really scary for Dream Eaters. Luckily, they have a lot of utility. They can flesh out some of the angles and not have to really worry about it. But this is crazy.
Oh my goodness. Full blind with the player on site. Double entry from Crab with that Mac 10. And FQ's found 2 of himself. It's all on Roy. By the way, I was hesitating to call him Roy because you're Roy. But
Yeah,
if that's how it be. That's how it be.
Try being Roy and calling him Roy. It's even weirder. But it's a 1 versus 3. There are 2 players that are in the 1-shot range with for that hand cannon, but that headshot angle from FQ, that might be too much for a Row to handle. He's just tapping away. Time is being wasted by the second here. Of course, no stay on the board means that this is pretty much over right here, unless he can hit empty shots back to back. I don't think that will be the case. 3 piece, all 3.
I know a Roy. I know a Roy who could have won that. But yeah, nice attempt from him. It's just unfortunate that the flashes from Dream Eaters were so good, right? Somehow the player default was full blind and the player ninja box from just 1 flash. They isolated the pit player, took him out. Crad trades it out. Copenhagen Flames had numbers in the right spot. Just great utility usage from Dream Eaters.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they have the utility, right? They might as well use it to clear out some of the angles, make that hit a lot easier for themselves. But a mid-stack here for the Copenhagen Flames. If they hear some noise, a flashbang will come out. This is one of my more... I personally like this eco setup. You just have 1 player B applying pressure, make sure they don't run into B for free. Try to funnel them into middle. As soon as you hear any noise in mid, you just pop flash and just clear out mid. Sometimes you find an AK, sometimes you find 2 kills. Sometimes you don't find anything and you die. But gotta risk it for the biscuit, they say, Keith.
That's the saying, Roy, but unfortunately I eat all the biscuits. I don't know what to do with them. spot. Peek in the middle, got the flash crash in towards Boiler. And while that went as well as it could have gone for Copenhagen Flames, would have loved to kill, but just shut down the USPs, at least try and cheeky little stacks. They bought up. It's a toss away round. Now, Dreamers tying this up very early, and more importantly, they have set themselves up for two buys depending how this goes. Like if they lose this and lose next, they're like kind of set.
Yeah, and that's the scariest part, isn't it? Is that they have now this economic purchasing power. They are the world power. They have the money. And Copenhagen Flames on the other end, they're still relegated to MP9s. I mean, yeah, they have full armor, or excuse me, full utility and full kits, but it's still a downgrade in firepower and speed. It just found the first kill onto Roy as well. Yeah, is burning alive. He can't. Everyone's burning alive right now. Speedak barely gets out of that.
Kinky, he's gonna walk through the smoke. Flash down, catches Hookie with the smoke out, and that should be a B site. Is Hookie gonna push, or Kinky gonna push this information? Looks like he is. Now, Copenhagen Flames, the counterplay, is fighting mid. A 1-for-1 as Bazooka knows there's one more in the vicinity. As Farlig tries to hold on, a resmoke towards CT, keeps him at bay, and Farlig has to make a solo play. I think coming through the smoke is what he's considering. As this plan tries to go down, Farlig denies it, and he finds Kinky. What a play from Farlig. He knew individual prowess is really all he had there. Bazooka was nowhere near him, keeping the lurker at bay. And he's done it. But FQ, well, the smoke flash can still facilitate a 1v1 if he so wishes. And he desperately needs to.
Yeah, and he still has a lot of time left on the clock as well. I mean, 40 seconds is more than enough time to at least take your time, eliminate some angles, maybe for the 1v1, but Farley just set in stone in emo with the op, not going to be missing his shot. So Copenhagen Flames do manage to pick up a round.
Right, I forgot the G is silent, Roy.
Yes, exactly. So
these darn Dutch names.
Yes, Basso, it's not Bazooka. I know it's just a kind of his nickname, but his name is actually Basso. And apparently Speed 4K is apparently Speedak. So the 4 is an A.
Speed hack.
Not quite. Close. Alright, now Speedak's found the first pick through barely at the edge of the smoke, and he's hunting for more. Oopsie barely gets to keep his life here as Speedak is looking for that kill. I mean, so far so good for the rounds in this round, at least for Dream Eaters. Managed the first pick. Oh, the re-aggression's coming out. Hoopsie finds one, though. Sviat is still there, but he's being pressured down too hard. He's down to 35 HP as well, so he's not going to fight back. They've managed not only to equalize a round, but actually gain an advantage and map control.
Smoking off pit is FQ. He'll flash his teammates out. Farley, he'll peek. No shots will land. The Colin Basso instead. He's seen in this position before. Can he get two? Smoke at his feet. Flash hide and repeat. Easy flash to dodge, but he's going to throw two. Buys time. Stays alive. Savat. Going to go for the plant with Oopsie. Pressure quickly. He'll find his teammate. Brad. Savat. Pinched to sight. FQ needs to help him. FQ needs to help him now. Natsuki does a weapon swap towards his headshot. And Basso's got the last. Basso did just such a phenomenal job staying alive in pit.
Agreed. I mean, Hooksy found most of the kills, but I think it was the efforts of Basso to stay alive and apply so much pressure from that pit position that Dream Eaters just didn't really know how to unravel the puzzle. Job well done. And they managed to regain the lead, a comfortable lead at that, and they've gotten 2 players alive. Now, I think with the bomb plant, there's going to be just enough money here to justify a forced buy for Dream Eaters. I think Kinky will be the only one kind of hurt economically, but I think even then he might just be able to find the AK and the armor. Let's see. What's crazy about this veto as well is that none of these maps are weaknesses for these teams. They're so good on all 3 maps. It's going to be an insane best of 3.
Yeah, it's kind of worked out perfectly in the sense of like these teams maps just line up perfectly. And it makes for an explosive BO3. It's kind of like when Astralis play Liquid, right? And they are now, funny enough. And you line up with those maps just ever so perfectly, right? Overpass is good for both teams. Now Vertigo's in the pool. Interestingly enough, everyone thought Astralis that'd be their permaban and no change would come in Astralis, but now they're starting to play Vertigo and Liquid's been practicing it, so that's a map that they start playing each other. So when these top teams who come from similar regions play each other often, or just top teams in general who play at tournaments all the time, they tend to start picking up like middle ground maps, and that typically stretches to 3 to 4 maps that they'll typically play each other on, and it just gets better and better every time.
Okay. Meta research brought to you by Seaside. Here we go though, double op setup, and Dream Eaters do in fact go for the buy. It is going to be Kinky with the max hand. Look at the brute force banana control, but they've taken so much damage in return, and even more so with that grenade. And I mean, they're probably left questioning if this was the right play or not. They're wounded, they're about to get retaked on, but the counter Molotov comes in just in time to prevent that. Good reaction there from Dream Eaters, but they've almost taken 100 damage in utility damage already. They haven't even seen a single player yet, Keith.
Kind of weird, isn't it? Super laid back as Dream Eaters right now across the map. Now, the safe thing is, like, their kind of fallback is holding top banana control. But the issue with this is, by holding that, they've committed a lot of utility and bodies and haven't been able to gain any information towards A, which has allowed Copenhagen Flames to keep these 3 players towards B. No pressure A makes a stack B easier. But with Hoopsy pushing up, he's able to lock this down the Yomp. He's got the stack, headshot, and the second player swinging. Dream Eaters are forced into an execute, and Copenhagen Flames already have started rotating 2 over because they trusted Hoopsy to hold.
Here we go. The flashbang comes out. They're looking to fight that player Arse, at least equalize things up. Now Roy's there just in the nick of time to find the trade, but Basto's going to be shutting it down as well. It seems like nowhere Dream Eaters go is open for business right now, Keith. Everything is closed.
How sick is that, though? No pressure from Dream Eaters except top banana, so that solidifies and confirms that the 3 players banana are needed. They can take deep banana control, or you can leave Hoopsy with the op and lock it down. Hoopsy gets 2. Copenhagen Flames have already started rotating, and Dream Eaters are forced to execute A. Just beautiful CT round. Copenhagen Flames understanding the rotates. As Farley looks to get aggressive with this op, maybe gets a second. The Molly claims it. The MAC-10 drops 1 gun, but it's unreachable. Crad and speed, this is an investment for them, and it's just not going to work out. They are getting locked out and absolutely bodied right now.
I don't know about that force buy from Dream Eaters, though. I feel like that was kind of a little bit overzealous.
Yeah.
They could have just went for a bit
Interesting
of a
strat
lighter
with
buy.
it too, right? They're just popping alt to mid with MAC-10. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes you just get styled on. Oh, console. That's rough. They need to make sure not to die too early here on the A side, because if console's the remaining player with 1 HP, that's not going to end well. Need to buy their time. It seems like Farley is just not holding back at all right now.
All it takes is 1 pick, though, in a round like this to kind of bring it back, but where are they going to pick? I know it's played under balcony so many times, and I mean, that pick has already come at a cost with 2 deaths. They'll pick up the gun and try to at least get the bomb to sight. Console is on 1 HP, so they brief on him, he'll die. FQ's got the 1 deagle on the rotator. Okay, hang on a minute. These deagles have made room. FQ has armor, and he's in the pit. He's going to take a fight 1-for-1 immediately. Now, Crack can play around the smoke. Through the smoke comes Roy, though. That was dangerously close.
That was so close. I mean, I saw it happening in my eyes that Dream Eaters was going to take that. I have to say, that was really well played by Dream Eaters in that 2 versus 2 on the A site before the post plant. That was sick. They knew exactly how much space they had. They were just waiting for it. As soon as the op shot missed, they advanced a tiny little bit more, and then they cleared out both players perfectly. That's so sick. That's really good on-the-fly decision-making there from Dream Eaters. But 9-4. Double op setup for Copenhagen Flames proves uncontested so far. Now the Dream Eaters have a lot of money in the bank. They got that utility, they got the weaponry, they have the SGs and the AWP available as well. They could battle back on Banana, but I think Copenhagen Flames has already gained control with their superb utility usage.
Sabat pre-firing. Vaso didn't flinch. He trusted Farley all the way to the bank. Now they shouldn't repeat this. They got the pick, back up. Basso eats the damage for Farley. And see what Basso did not want to move, Roy. He 8 bullets for his team.
That's sick, though. I like the Deddy. Here we go. Now the set piece comes out for G-Meters as they look to transition their way on towards the A side. Now Basso's been picked, and he's been such a solid player for them, but he goes 1 for 1, but does a significant amount of damage.
Oh, no. Look where the bomb is, Roy. It's in small pit, and now Kinky got caught towards mid. Farley does a lovely job with this AWP of floating around with it from holding halls, giving the illusion that he's going to keep holding halls, so they smoke it off and flash themselves out to rotating to holding arch. Beautiful play, and if they just keep peaking speed, they'll give them a chance. That molly will force them forward. Farley's on the flank, speed is pinned, and yeah, that's that. I mean, what a play from Copenhagen Flames. They're just so aware, and they're doing a nice job of floating these double ops around. And keep in mind, this is Dream Eater's pick, too. So if they close this out at, like, 11-4 and win T-Pist, I mean, they're giggling to the bank. But,
For sure.
again, T-Side is really hard if you can't fight, like, take advantage of that banana control. And if you can't get A-hulls. Like, if you can get A-hulls with banana, you're laughing, T-Side. But if you're struggling to get both and losing your fights brackets, either if it's one of two things, right? If you get banana for free every round, you can play around that. That hasn't been the case. But if you can get brackets for free, it kind of compromises. But they haven't been able to do both consistently. That's kind of been a big staple problem.
It's kind of a side note, but I definitely see the Charlotte's influence on the Copenhagen Flames' playstyle.
Oh, yeah. Like those supporting kind of play they're up to.
Yeah, they're also like really aggressive, but coordinated aggression. You know, like they always have an X factor in every one of their setups. Like they don't run basic setups. They always have somebody either hiding to fight, or you know they're doubling up somewhere to fight somebody. They always have utility coming in perfectly. There's definitely a lot of like Charlotte's influence in how Copenhagen Flames is approaching the defense here on Inferno specifically. But this is the final round. A 10-5 is a much better finish here for G-Meters than an 11-4. Farley, though, he is just never satisfied with the amount of kills that he has. He still wants more.
You're gonna try this bracket control again. Flash above Basso. He'll keep up the second. It's perfect. Blinds everyone towards mid. They still don't know where Basso is. He's played here consistently, Roy. Or excuse me, Console's played here consistently and still gets the support of Basso. Basso can trade this right back. What a play from Copenhagen Flames. They've used that under porch position just flawlessly. Great support nades every single round. And Dream Eaters have yet to find an answer. One molly tossed off the wall should solve all their problems, but they're just not tossing it.
Ooh, nice turnaround from Speed Act, but he doesn't really have the bomb. Oh, he's going to go for the long flank. I like this. He's going to catch at least one person off guard here, I think. Oh, I think Roy just became aware of that.
Oh. He has to be so cautious. He's
that's
is he coming to this mid smoke? Is he coming behind me? Where is he coming from? Ooh.
Oh, that's
spots the gun barrel and just dirty one tap. 11-4.
Wow, that's a really good CT finish here for Copenhagen.
I just want to take a look. Yeah, okay. I thought the effective flashes would be more, but 330 utility damage on Roy. Absurd.
That's literally insane. Yeah, it's a crazy amount of damage. We're talking almost like, what, 22 damage per round from the utility alone?
And that's typically without even seeing anyone.
It's insane.
Keep in mind, yeah. So now a big pistol for Dream Eaters. They go for the Molly Flash B and a single kit on speed with a smoke. Interesting kind of concept. The Molly is to deny a rush. Now, that's only really effective if Copenhagen Flames take their time, but it is really good at being a deterrent. As Basso and Co are working up. Now, this is going to be a B-Rap with 3 players there from Dream Eaters. And USPs at range are really deadly. So this is shaping up oddly interesting.
Now, Basso and Console, they're completely unspotted and unheard. I think he just spotted that, and he gets it. Ooh.
Wow. He is spicy. And Roy is pushing up to find FQ. These Glocks close the distance beautifully. I felt like perhaps FQ could have helped speed it a little bit, but he decides to fall. Hooksy locking mid with 2 of his own, and it's Kinky. alone with his kinks in a 1v3. And Farley, he's picked up the P250. He'll pick up the kill. Copenhagen Flames get a pistol that they didn't even need, but it's one they want. It's 12-4. Dream Eaters. I think this has to be a force round for them, or elect full save with a weird, wonky molly list buy next. But they need to make a decision. I'd say use attack.
You mean the attack that should have came like 7 rounds ago?
Because now FQ is the only one to buy. This hurts my stomach, Roy.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, they needed a timeout a long time ago here. I think Copenhagen Flames is just feeling themselves too much. Their cohesion is just too strong right now. You have to break it early. At 12-4, they're on a buy round as well. They're looking to pick up the 13th on the board. And it's not the outcome I was expecting.
Well, a little bit of a pistol stack gets a kill. Now, here's the interesting part about this. They sent the SMG into B for info on a stack. He spots 2 and dies. Do they immediately run A into this stack? It's looking oddly like it, Roy.
Yeah, it's like one of the only downsides of sending a probe is if he doesn't actually get you any meaningful information, you've pretty much sacrificed a player and gotten nothing back for it. Luckily, the SMG isn't recovered by Dream Eaters, and they can't quite pick it up because Roy's holding the cross. Oh, unless he whiffs it. But the flank's coming in CT. I don't think it even matters. There it is.
Yeah.
Basso finds it first. There's only one player standing here. It's Crad. They know that he's here. He got a kill earlier, so he's surely to be cleared out shortly here.
He's trying to hide, but he will get peeked. Like a lull of Farley will find him. The plant will come in. I imagine I wouldn't care too much about Augs. I would typically send them to hunt, but it's not like you get money bonuses, and you really don't want to feed Dream Eaters a bone at this point. Now, they are going to buy next, I'd imagine. FQ, if he saves his armor, right, he'll be able to buy an SMG with some utility, so that's not bad, but 13-4, this first rifle round obviously becomes, without saying, but it becomes like a must-win first rifle round.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think they'll have what they need to make it work as well. FQ is going to be limited, but at least they'll be compensating by probably just buying a lot of utility in the next round as well. So, I mean, they'll have that, and they'll probably have a kit. But I have to say, Copenhagen Flames are just so solid right now. No real cracks showing at the moment for Copenhagen Flames. Surely they buy. Yeah, okay.
Surely.
You have $400, pick up a kit or a smoke.
Yeah. He is not interested in that, apparently, Roy.
And Crad, I guess Crad has the kit. That works. But anyways, banana control here for Copenhagen Flames once again. It doesn't seem like Dream Eaters want a piece of this either. They're just holding it, jiggling it, trying to see if there's any information, if there's any player presence here. If they do spot somebody, one player will rotate over.
This is so risky from Dream Eaters. A solo B player who's just dropped all his utility now. Like, you kind of have to rotate to help this guy now. You either commit on the ambush and take the fight, or rotate over and he's dead. Console's on the way to get the bomb. It's really far out. And they still have utility for retake. The question is, how long does it take? There's Kinky fighting the Lurker and Basso. With Copenhagen Flames now will commit to B. But the kid is down on site. And Copenhagen Flames, they can do something cheeky. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to double push Chapel, and Roy is good for 2. That's his 3rd. He set himself up gorgeously. Still have flashes to throw. FQ shows presence. Save his utility. Console's in the open. That's kind of scary. But Roy pushing forward. There's his 4th on the ace. Nearly good for it. FQ wins it.
Wow.
And he has time to defuse. Interesting post plants for Flames. After they took that push into what do you call it these days? Chapel. Construction chapel, yeah. I mean, I feel like the post plant should have been a bit cleaner. Console was kind of in no man's land.
Yeah, I mean, it was risky. I think the only reason why they played it aggressively is because they heard the ump pop off, and as soon as they heard the ump, they're like, dude, let's just hit the long range engagement.
Yeah.
But they weren't expecting the HE to just clear out the guy in new box. That's unfortunate, but all right, Dream Eaters, hang on. They can get one more. That might be the reset available for Copenhagen Flames, and they might be able to claw away at the massive deficit. But it really is still a massive deficit right now. Wow, what a flashbang. I don't know if you saw that. He just jumped through a flash from sight that bounces off the pillar next to wood, and it blinds everyone in the corner.
Looks like the kind of flashes I throw. If you can't hype yourself up, Roy, what's the point?
You're an open player legend.
Yo, relax, bro. Don't put me on blast like that. But yeah. Best support player in open. Copenhagen Flames looking like they're gonna wrap towards A here. I don't know if Dream Eaters are aware. Like they're probably like subconsciously aware that they could be up towards Moto.
Oh no, they're very
and it
aware.
Comes down to, yeah, it seems like they have this really pinch, but Crad can't die. What an interesting setup, right? The banana guys can push down if they go away. Crad dies, they swing around. So this is like a super sick setup right now from Dream Eaters. Oh, but Speed losing that fight, that's brutal. They're going to clear pit here for sure now. And if FQ can just frag out of his mind or delay them somehow with a Molly, throws a smoke, he's going to be kind of kept at bay in the smoke. FQ's trying to find his bearings. He's even getting tagged through this. Yeah, this is so weird. So find the player in Paso who pushed up in Graveyard, and FQ is still alive, so I mean, man, power to him. He mollies out Farley. And a lot of pressure on Console to go off here. Good for one. Two players are very low on Dream Eaters. Console disappears into the smoke. Buying too much time for Farley, who wins one fight. Savat trades it back. 22 and 20 HP. Console, can he just play the bomb? FQ gets on it. Does Console have the line to the smoke? One. FQ's on it. Diffuse comes in. But the money from Dream Eaters is going to be smashed to bits from that.
On both
Enough
teams.
to buy, but like this is like a pivotal round. I think Copenhagen Flames keep the pressure on, right? Keep the pedal down.
I mean, they have an AUG. They can drop over an AK or an SG, no problem. They can probably get another AK for Roy. There it is. Yeah, they could have definitely bought, but I think they're... What's up with that? Well, Console could have bought more utility. He could have bought another weapon. It's going to be a heavy banana control coming out now from Copenhagen Flames as they look to overrun the B site, and Console, who is now being criticized by me, gets 2 kills on the opener, and that's the B site open for business. Holding down CT with the AUG, finds FQ, and suddenly what was looking like a weird purchase is now worked perfectly for Copenhagen Flames.
Yeah, I mean, based on the scoreline, I'd say they have to go for it, but based on their money, I wouldn't risk it, right? Speed fall back, pick up that AUG, and just kind of tuck tail and run. It seems like that's going to be the plan. They're going to even get chased out of the corner a wee bit. Speed is the last man standing. He's able to get 2. Now, if he can wipe up these players, now there's no time to get to site for the defuse. But any damage is good damage at this point, and they're going to wrap around on him. Roy will suspect Speed stays and 4 players dying from the flames. It's what a weird like last few rounds.
Yeah, these have been very unconventional, that's for damn sure. But now the purchase is available here for the Copenhagen Flames' side. They're going to pick up rifles, utility across the board. Now Dream Eaters, they're reached the end of their lifeline key. This is it. This is their final purchase available here. Next round will be even like much weaker than it is right now. And Copenhagen Flames have set themselves up for a nice, comfortable win on the first map, stealing a potential map away from Dream Eaters. Now, slow banana control while the smokes fade here for Dream Eaters. Soon they'll have not much utility to play with. Flashbang comes out. I think the counter smoke will come out shortly here.
While in the corner, Poopy, great counter flash. Kinky just runs straight at him in a straight line to find Suki. See, that's just a testament to how good Dream Eaters' utility has been. So it looks like Copenhagen Flames going to try to get Bracken's control. The one gun is here. Speed, whiffy, but connect. The old dog would have killed 3 bullets faster just due to fire rate. But you know what? The job gets done. Console will he clear Savat's corner. This is so favorable for Savat. A pistol in this range is so strong. And Console's going to check every corner, but not the off angle Savat's in. That is just dirty. He did him dirty.
Yeah, that that angle is so hard to predict. Now, Farley's in Halls. Roy's coming in through lane. This is the only 2 players available here for Copenhagen Flames, looking to get the job done. But I think the crossfire might be too much unless they can find FQ here for free.
Oh, they do find FQ. Speed on lockdown. He gets 2. Speed Axe will get the last 8 seconds. Picks up the AK. Dream Eaters. I mean, they just keep going back and forth, man. No complaints, though, from Speed Eaters, I'd imagine. They're keeping it.
You say Speed Eaters?
Oh, shit. Dream Eaters.
That's a good one. I like that.
Brain fart, bro.
I like that. But now the Copenhagen Flames are on a potential double reset. Something that's not very common to see anymore on the T side. Speed. I'm going to do what was done to them on the CT side. Just aggression with the AWP. Now, I do wonder. Obviously, Dream Eaters are now starting to kind of ramp up here. They're starting to regain their momentum, regain their confidence. But I do wonder if the first half was a little bit more even, what this half would have been like.
Yeah, it seems like Dream Eaters are just a CT-sided team. We saw it on Dust 2. We see it on Train. They are just so good at actually setting up off of each other. And that seems to be their strength. I mean, entry fragging didn't seem so strong for them on Seaside, but like their CT setups, their like understanding utility, their flashes have been just spot on. They seem to be more comfortable on the CT side. So if this first half was closer, this game would overall be closer. And I'm not saying Dream Eaters can't win this, but they gotta be flawless.
Okay, only Roy's available. Boom. MP9 confidence booster. 14-8. Money's still a little bit wonky here for Copenhagen Flames, so I don't imagine they'll be purchasing. But pistol armors are definitely available within the realm of possibilities. Maybe a bit of utility as well. Make this a little bit more doable, but it's going to be a couple upgraded pistols. I think Farley's going to manage his money for the AWP, which someone else could have probably done that for him, honestly. But Eagles, single CZ, 3 flashes. 4 men towards alt, 1 player towards the pit. Mexico, as they call it.
We're gonna try to wrap on Speedak. Speedak gets the first. Being very cautious. They're gonna try to wrap on him library with a bomb. Now he should die. There shouldn't be a world where he lives. He gets 1 more for his troubles. The op gets picked up from Row. We can do one of 2 things: pin or hold the flank. Shot from Kinky. Looks like they're gonna commit to these fights, even though that smoke is still standing. And the beef player has pushed through B and coming up towards middle. So they're pinched, they're stuck, nowhere to go. They'll have eyes on wherever he may head.
Yeah, this is a really complicated puzzle now for Copenhagen Flames. They have the op, though. That makes things much more manageable. They can take their time. They can work it really slowly. They pretty much know that Dream Eaters needs information. They're going to have to jiggle things. They're going to have to peek things if they can find the angle. But nah, not even that. FP instantly deletes Roy, leaving Basso by himself, and he gets overwhelmed as well. So, 14-9.
Little side note.
Yeah, sure.
Odd to me that he didn't try to throw the op out or leave it in library. Right? Because Dream Eaters need as much economy as they can get for this comeback to happen, right? They need to win at least 4 more rifle rounds, right? Why give them the op back? You know?
That's fair play, but where are they going to throw it inside library?
Just leave it there.
Okay.
But that's just me. Roy, excuse me, hangs on. Opening pick with their own up. Immediately traded out. Nowhere for Roy to go. He gets bodied. So 2 for 2. Ideal for Copenhagen Flames. I think he gets this perfect awkward timing. Console does. A refrag comes in from Spiak. And what a weird start of a round.
Yeah, this is really brawly now. This is where we start to enter the realm of street CS. This is what I call literally street Counter-Strike. The laws do not apply. It's just confidence. It's intuition. There's no structure. There's ideas of what you want out of a round, ideas of what kind of control you want. But it's really just confidence, speed now inside the halls. Basso's just jiggled him away, so he's aware of his position, but he needs the flashbang to push off. But now the problem with speed is he's actually pincered towards halls. He needs support as soon as possible. And Sviat is here to do so just in the nick of time. And Hooksy's been eliminated, and that's going to give him passage outside the halls where he can reposition safely. Now it's all down to Basso to recover the bomb and eliminate both these players.
Man, oh man, how quick around get offered. Basso gets one, so that's perfect for the trade. And now Copenhagen Flames are another half-buy round. And more importantly, the op keeps getting carried, Roy. I'm just saying, man, money matters. If you can't bleed them, Dream Eaters will be set for buys after buys. And right now, just due to staying afloat and keeping as many players alive as they can and not having to rebuy that up a couple times, has kept them afloat and put them ahead of Copenhagen Flames, who go for an interesting half-buy, which would work if they're bullying this B player who's been very aggressive. They're trying to come around. They won't start sandbags. 6 and a molly. Only good for 1. The rotates are coming in, so Copenhagen Flames gotta go. This backside player only gets 1. What a shot from Hooksy. Now the bomb makes it to Sight and Roy's hands. He's got a resmoke for CT for his teammates, but this confidence player in Kinky, if he can shut this down, because Roy, keep in mind, has to push up a little bit to get this plant.
Oh, this is really awkward. Copenhagen Flames are getting really antsy. They want to fight for something, but they're not really sure what they want to fight for just yet. They know flank is clear for now. Hooksy's made a step towards water, so I think Kinky's aware of both positions now. Roy's and Hooksy's. And it's really just a matter of time before FQ gets there in time. But that flashbang needs to come in. If they go over Coffin, that could be the key. They go 1-for-1 in back lanes. FQ eventually answers back to Farley, leaving Roy all by himself now in a 1 versus 2. But he's just gonna force the ball plant. They need that money.
Yeah, they really do. He gets extra $100, takes a fight with FQ. It's a scary fight to take with the AUG. And Roy just can't control the M4. He gets dropped. Dream Eaters making a comeback. You're making a run. Good plant from Copenhagen Flames. That gives them $800 injected into everyone's pockets, plus 300 extra for Roy. So he's laughing. He can drop the op over. In fact, Console has more money, so I imagine that trade will come out. You just want to always keep your money afloat, not put your op in a weird spot, but it looks like they don't mind. Good pause comes out. This is actually from Dream Eaters. Discuss what they'd like to do, because these rounds have been closer and closer, so their own pockets are starting to drop down themselves.
Right.
They know they needed to keep more players alive than they have lately.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think they just need to start discussing how they can avoid a reset, right? Like, it's all fun and games until it's 14-14, then you lose 1 round to get double reset, and then you lose the game. You know what I mean? They want to make sure they are preemptively avoiding that. They can't fall into that trap. Now, Roy is popping off. 27 kills, 6 assists, 15 deaths. That's insane.
Op CT time. You know how deadly it is. Farley's had a great. I imagine he's at least like 4 for 2 in opening duels. He's been able to find opening picks for Copenhagen Flames a decent chunk of the time here on the T side. But where else are these players gonna have to step up? Rose having a hell of a game. Basso is up there himself, but it's time to close this one out. If they can take Dream Eater's pick, man, that's so sick. Good flash to get Speedak off the angle. Crad smokes the molly, eats a nade. Can he get the kill for it? Yeah. And it's on the best performing player, Copenhagen Flames. I mean, I think if Roy's going to do that, he needs some help. Copenhagen Flames just getting lost in the sauce. They're going to try to fight this game through a molly. Hoopsie, yeah, that's just destined for a 1 kill and trade it up. That's Hoopsie's going to run back and get a second Roy. This is just getting shut down on every corner. And now what do Copenhagen Flames do? They can't commit. I mean, the nade might find FQ, but aside from that, they have no other information.
Well, at least they've eliminated pressure on the right side. Now they can just focus on the site. This is the most important pick they could find right here. Speed. If they can find Speedak right here, right now, that would be the key. But Speedak is just so fast with AWP. He's not letting this one slip away. And he's surviving just long enough for the rotations to arrive. But he's going to get it done single-handedly. 14-12. The money here for Dream Eaters is definitely limited. And I think that if Copenhagen Flames had picked up that round, they might have put themselves at a pretty good condition. win condition, that is. But 14-12, economy is still available here for Copenhagen Flames, although it is a little bit more limited than it was in the round before. They don't have the op. They hardly has no utility as well. But they're looking to battle it out on Banana right now.
I was about to say, B seems to be their place. They have a good success rate in these opening duels. They trade out utility. If they trade 2 for 2, perfect. You smoke CT, you get this bomb down. This has been the site where they've had the most success, and they've only been able to plant towards B with relative success. Arches are just unlocked from SpeedAct right now, and they have an issue with clearing pit. So B should be their go-to. Now, winning that opening duel is huge, but they've waited too long to allow drinking meters to rotate over. They're going to do a boost back site. Kinky should go up. Be the one there with a rifle. But what other information do Copenhagen Flames have? They should have A-Halls by now. And it seems like they're too timid on their T side for their own good, because as this is happening, Dream Eater's getting more info across the map.
Yeah, kind of. They're like stuck. The problem with the setup that Dream Eaters has right now is it's not dynamic at all. They just have that anchor and pit, great position, no questions asked. But in terms of mobility, in terms of being able to do something to equalize this lack of gap on the map, there's nothing they can do. They're stuck. They literally just have to hold and wait for the best and hope for the best, because now it's going to have to be these 2 players on the B site holding it down. Otherwise, Dream Eaters could potentially lose the economy right here, right now. Now the execute's coming in, and here we go.
Yeah, Kinky gets the first. Trad is here. Where are the flashes? Trad is not blind. They trade out Kinky. Can Trad get one more before he falls? No, he gets sprayed through that cheeky little pillar. It's so hard to play from there. Maybe he should have went to dark after his first shot, or vice versa. Oh, he tries to buy time for FQ. If you can deny that, plant and live. So this is looking like 15 for Copenhagen Flames. And keep in mind, Dream Eater's cash, it is ruined. SpeedAct can drop M4s, but outside of that, they have no loss bonus built up, nothing accumulated. Copenhagen Flames, these last few rounds have been getting better and better buys than Dream Eaters.
Yeah, I do have to question that play through the smoke, though. I mean, yeah, you're in a 2 versus 3. You want to try to get something done, but still feel like FQ, was it Crad or Speed that went through the smoke? I'm not sure. But no, Crad was on site. It must have been Speedak. But yeah, I mean, I think I would have taken my chances in the 2 versus 3. Otherwise, just save the weapons and bring them to this round right here, where you kind of needed it. You really didn't have room to just give that one up.
I agree. Look at this buy. It's funny that they elect to go into Op M4 type of purchase. No utility on SpeedAct. I mean, all in all, it's a good buy utility-wise. It's going to get the job done. SpeedAct's been great on the stop towards Arches and A site. Able to lock down a lane, not let his players worry too much. Copenhagen Flames, again, surprised they're not bullying this B side a bit more. They've had a really good success rate in trades. Now, if they were getting bullied by utility more, or if they're losing trades constantly towards B, I'd say, you know what? Maybe just get Banana control, fall off, worry about Arches a bit more. But Banana's been the kind of their go-to, like, goat cheese producer. You know what I'm saying, Ryan?
A goat cheese producer?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Analogies on.
You're such a farmer. I love it.
Hey, man.
No, wait.
Somebody
Jokes aside.
getting that note. Oh, man, that's what I'm talking about. SpeedAct. That's the first time he's been able to push halls with that up. And he's able to get out for free. Hooksy will smoke and get out. All players are stuck towards sight from Dream Eaters. But Copenhagen Flames, where's the refrag? Where's the information? They're just getting Banana now, but you left spawn a lot of pressure on Hooksy, who's blind but gets a kill with 43 seconds. I don't know if I like this look from Copenhagen Flames. There's a lot of points of failure.
I think the biggest point is that they have to get the bomb all the way from the spawn. Oopsie goes for a wild spray. He's able to get one before he's done. But at the very least, Crad is still here. He's able to hear the remaining players flooding on site. So now they know on the flank they can just pretty much hold W. They don't really have to stop. They can just go full speed. Basso's planting the bomb. This is the right time to strike. There it is. FQ peeks out, but he can't find the kill. But SpeedAct, he's not missing shots. And it's all down to Farley. 1 versus 2, and he's stuck towards Emo and the pillar.
He needs to isolate a 1v1. He crosses towards Quad. He's going to peek out. Misses a bit of a little shot. You can't be missing those. Defuse will come in. Dream Eaters get 13. But it's shaping up again. Copenhagen Flames, keep it in mind. The way loss bonus works now, they're not reset. They still get 4-round loss.
Yeah, and the bomb plant. And
based on memory, that's 2,900 plus 800 a person plus 300 extra for the player who planted it. They're laughing. Now, if they don't do something quick this round, Roy, take advantage. They know Dream Eater's cache has been flooded. They know it's not going to be great. They need a bait utility and fight for some sort of control. Savat, Speedak, no mollies, one smoke between the two. Run boost for Speedak. He legs Farley. And Farley's going to re-peek and win the fight. I would be so mad if I was Speedak.
Wow, I'm really surprised that Speedak re-peaked that, though. I mean, he did the damage. Why fight the headshot angle? You're at 15-13, man.
Yeah,
That's a
just
little bit greedy. Look at Copenhagen Flames. They're looking to just run into on the B site, but the flashbangs finally stopped them in their tracks. This is just madness at this point. Once again, Copenhagen Flames have the bomb in spawn. You can't be leaving. You can just drop the bomb in T steps. You don't need to drop it all the way back there. You don't need to lose 10 seconds of every round, 15 seconds of the round to gather that.
Isn't that crazy, though? Like, why are they doing that?
It's a little bit surprising from Copenhagen Flames. Like, they're such a well-structured squad that I'm surprised they even discussed the bomb placement at all.
Guess Inferno is probably at the bottom of their 4 to 5 map pool, right? No, they're willing to let it through, but probably don't pick it.
Yeah.
Try it.
The one thing I don't like, though, I'm going to say this, is I don't like how immobile Dream Eaters have been playing on the CT side. They just seem to always be stuck in these positions. Now it's FQ to hold back against 4 people, Keith.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be able to. I mean, he gets a molly out, so he isolates the Axe player, but he's still stuck, man. Even a 4-foot feet is not going to save you. He dies before it blooms. I feel like if Dream Eater's been taking advantage of this arch position a bit more, they'd be more mobile. They'd be able to base rotations more in fact with the vision. And plus, Arch is such a strong spot to hang on to. Now they've given that up, and look how forward Rowe can go. He's going to hamper this rotate, make Crad make an absurd play of flashing himself through a smoke into Arch. And now he's just getting counter flashes thrown his way. A lot of pressure on Savat to win this fight, which he does, but there's so many more players to get through.
Yeah, and utility as well. I mean, Farley is still holding on to a Molotov and a smoke. He could either easily smoke off one of the sides, but he's not even going to. He's just going to hold down middle. And now it's all down to Sviatman. I think Copenhagen Flames have done it, and they have secured the first map. And they've stolen away Dream Eaters' map pick. So, I mean, they're in a really good spot for this best of 3 right now.
Yeah, looking really rough on the T side, but Dream Eaters just such a big deficit from their own T side that it was just almost impossible to come back from. They had to be flawless. They started losing that economy fight, and it really started to go downhill. Copenhagen Flames pulled that one back really hard because it was slipping from them.
Yeah,
and they brought it back to reality. It was thanks to their first opening half. But now, jumping onto their map pick of Train, Dream Eaters have looked phenomenal on their CT side. I imagine that's going to continue on Train, another CT-sided map. But they need to put up at least 5-6 rounds on T-side Train. They really need to start to get with the groove. The nice thing about Train is it's easier to rotate. They seem to have a better understanding of that map, even though they picked Inferno. I feel like Train's even though a better map for them in a funny way.
I actually completely agree. I think Train is a much better map for Dream Eaters. I mean, just watching them play throughout this season, I can pretty confidently say that. Now, some of the things to look out for in this next map is FQ's ladder control on T side. He's so sick at single-handedly taking ladder control. He has this like crazy flash that he does, so we should definitely keep an eye out for that. But I mean, job well done by Copenhagen Flames, stealing away Dream Eaters' map pick. Hopefully, stealing away their confidence as well if they look to take it here 2-0. But I think there will be a battle here from Dream Eaters. But stay tuned, everybody. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with the action. If you haven't done so already, guys, please do follow the socials: Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, as well as Keith's, mine, and Mel's !casters for that in the chat. !socials for our socials. Also, keep your eyes on my Twitter. I have a little giveaway going on here to promote win.gg. So if you want a free knife, join that giveaway on Twitter. It's really easy to join. You just have to follow and retweet and hit the like, of course. But we'll be back in a couple minutes for the second map on Train.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by VBet. Play responsibly. And by